Let's take a look at lesson 9 in unit 2 of 6th grade math. We're still building this idea of unit rate. We're not using the words unit rate still. We're at per second. So we're looking at meters per second today with speed. So building from the grocery store analogies of the day before to a constant speed and looking at rate there. Because the activity 2 is built up over 10 meters, it's going to be helpful to do this number talk beforehand where we practice dividing by 10 and make sure we are doing our place value shift well and letting kids think through this. Remember, if they say that we just move the decimal, that's not very helpful. If they talk about adding zeros or taking away zeros, again, not very helpful. So we want to kind of pull out the place value shift idea that 30 had 3 tens, but we're dividing into groups of 10. So we're kind of pulling that 3 that represents 3 tens and moving it to the ones place. So we're shifting it from there's the tens, there's the ones, and to our new version, tens and ones. It was 3 tens, 0 ones. When we divide, we're doing that place value shift, so it is now 3 ones and 0 tenths. So that place value shift idea is going to be important throughout all of their mathematical understanding. In activity 2, you're going to be doing some walking, and they're going to be timing themselves. You're going to set out 4 of these tracks, and so partners are going to have, you're going to have 4 groups going at a time, 4 pairs going at a time, and they're going to be recording. They're going to do 2 walks each, one at a slow constant rate and one at a quick constant rate. There are great directions for setting this up and getting it going in the complete lesson plan. Again, this is that starting with the very concrete and building a memory so that you can refer back to in a week. Hey, remember when you walked that 10 meter and you did it quickly and slowly? They're going to remember that. But when you say things like, hey, do you remember when we did that double number line activity? That one doesn't stick as well. This is the kind of thing that sticks out, just like the drink mix from a few days before. So students are going to go through, walk, record each other, and then they are going to record the time that it takes for them to do the 10 meters. And then they're going to construct their own double number lines for when they do it slowly and when they do it quickly. So everyone's will be slightly different, but then they need to break it down to that distance you traveled in 1 second. So some of them may go the other direction and figure out the number of seconds it took them to do 1 meter. So help them pay attention to the detail there about that and make sure they are doing the correct unit rate here. Here in this one, students are using instead of in the previous one, everyone walked the same 10 meters. Here, the 2 people ran the same 10 seconds, but moved different distances. So we're kind of thinking through it differently. And so students thinking about speed as in the same amount of time, the one who goes further is going faster. So a bigger number kind of means faster. But if we're looking at in a set distance, then the one who does it in less time is the one who's going faster. So helping students reason through those kind of things as well. Again, we have the same GeoGebra applet from yesterday here to help them as they work through activity 3. And then the summary kind of goes through your classic train speed problem, which is what the cool down does as well, but the 2 trains going at 2 different speeds in the cool down have double number lines, and that kind of helps it make it a little more accessible for our students.